Mabuhay! We are the third-year tourism management students from University of the East, Manila.
We're going to discuss all the laws we've tackled during the whole semester that we can apply to our chosen city or province. As part of our final requirement in our subject legal aspects in tourism and hospitality, we will apply different laws we tackled from prelims to finals, such as political law, labor law, civil law, tax law, commercial law, criminal law, and global code of ethics for tourism. We will apply it to our chosen province or city, which is Dumaguete City. The application of the laws will be further discussed by the other group members later on. But for now, I will give you a brief background about the city of Dumaguete. Welcome to Dumaguete City. It is also known as the City of Gentle People. It is the capital of Negros Oriental, a region of Negros Island in the Central Visayas region of the Philippines. Dumaguete City is a popular retirement destination for expats because the beach town is a haven of peace and quiet. There are several tourist attractions in this province, including a natural volcanic crater lake, a beach with a long sandbar, and a gorgeous waterfalls. Dumaguete tourist spots included in Dumaguete tours include Silliman University, Balinsasayao Twin Lakes Natural Park, diving in the Winanapo Island, among many others. So, thinking about its popular tourist destinations, as mentioned there are many laws that we can apply from other provinces or cities to help strengthen and boost the tourism industry in Dumaguete City. So, without further ado, let's start.
Republic Act Number 4645, an act creating the City of Olongapo under Section 105, City Acquisition and Operation of Utilities. The city may own and operate any gas, water, heat, power, light, telephone, or other public utility for supplying its own needs for utility service, or for supplying utility service to private consumers, or both. It may construct all facilities reasonably needed for purpose and may acquire by purchase, condemnation, or otherwise any existing utility properties so needed. But no proceeding to acquire any such public utility shall be consummated unless the city has the money in the treasury to pay for the acquisition or has made provision for paying for property proposed to be acquired. Subject to the provision of any applicable law or Public Service Commission regulations, the City Council may fix rates, fares, and prices for the city-owned operate utilities, but such rates, fares, and prices shall be at reasonable. In like manner, the Council may prescribe the time and manner in which payment for all such services shall be made and make such other regulations as may be necessary and prescribed. Penalties for violation of such regulations. The City Council may, in lieu of providing for the local production of gas, electricity, water, and other utilities, purchase the same in bulk and resell them to the local consumer at such rate as is fixed in accordance with law. The City Council may, if the public interest will be served thereby, contract with any responsible person, partnership, or corporation for the operation of any utility owned by the city, upon the basis of the highest and best bid therefore, and upon such term and condition as the Council may provide, but the terms and condition other than the amount of the annual rental shall be clearly set forth in an ordinance authorizing the taking of bids on the proposed list, which ordinance shall be not adopted by the Council until 30 days after its construction and shall not, in the meantime, be amended or modified. This will not affect the prejudice, any existing franchise, or any litigation pending before the court involving public utilities where the final decision shall be binding upon the city as the successor of the municipality.
Labor law is a varied body of a law applied to such matters as employment, remuneration, condition of work, trade unions, and industrial relations. As our chosen province, Dumaguete, is now being improved, we think of the Code, Region X Northern Mindanao Law, or the Per Wage Order Number RBX DW03, the minimum wage rate increase of 100 pesos for their domestic employees should also be improved or be passed for the hard work of every employee serving their guests. This law will be effective on June 2, 2022 around the province of Bukidnon, Camiguin, Misamis Occidental, Misamis Oriental, and Lanao del Norte, and the cities of Cagayan de Oro, Iligan, Giloong, Orqueta, Tagum, Malaybalay, and Valenciana. Thorough review and evaluation of the results of the consultation and public hearing, existing socio-economic conditions in the regions, the needs of the employees, as well as the employer's capacity to pay, the board deemed it necessary to increase the prevailing minimum wage rates for the workers. Dumaguete has a 366 minimum wage rate per employee in the city part of the provinces. If this law is passed, their 366 salary will be increased to 866 per day, which could help them to pay their daily expenses. Aside from that, it can boost employment around the Dumaguete city, which help the tourism industry to have more employees working for them.
Mabuhay! Let's talk about the civil law. The Indigenous People Rights Act of 1987, officially designated as Republic Act number 8371. This civil law is already implemented in the province of Cordillera to promote, protect, and recognize the rights of Indigenous peoples. This includes the right of ancestral domain, lands, right to self-governance and empowerment, right to cultural integrity, and right to social justice and human rights. Is this law applicable and used in Dumaguete City? Yes. Based on my research, there are natives in Dumaguete. They call it Negrense. The Negrenses are a blend of different people from various parts of the country. They are descendants of rich Spanish families and people who migrated during the fortune-seeking decades of the late Spanish and U.S. colonial eras, and are now settled in Negros Oriental, Negros Occidental, and Siquijor. The Indigenous People Rights Act was necessary to protect the rights of the indigenous people in Dumaguete because they were historically discriminated against, were often the victims of human rights abuses. The law recognized the rights of indigenous peoples to self-determination, ancestral domain, cultural integrity, and the right of to participate in decision-making processes that affect them. It also provides for the establishment or mechanism for the resolving conflicts between indigenous people and other stakeholders, including the government and the private entities. Implementing Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act in Dumaguete City. It helps to ensure that the rights of the indigenous peoples are respected and protected. It allows them to have a say in decisions that affect their lives and to preserve their culture and way of life. It also promotes social justice and equality by recognizing and rectifying past injustice committed against them. Overall, implementing Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act is crucial in achieving a just and equitable society that values the diversity of cultures and peoples.
Republic Act 11644 or the Diversity Heritage Zone Act and RA 11645 or an act establishing a heritage zone within the municipality of San Vicente, Ilocos Sur on January 14, 2022. This law is applicable to Dumaguete City. It mandates the state to conserve, develop, promote, and popularize the nation's historical and cultural heritage. It also provides that all the country's artistic and historic wealth constitute the cultural treasure
116 known as the Special Economic Zone Act of 1995, Executive Number 226 known as Omnibus Investment Code of 1987, and other pertinent laws a registered enterprises. Tourism taxes are defined as taxes that are applied differently in competing destinations if they are not specific to the tourism business and are instead applicable to the tourism and the industry. The City of Dumaguete may impose and collect reasonable fees and charges for the services rendered, registration, and inspections. For vehicles, carriers, deliveries trucks, and carts, there will be a fixed tax and permit price. Establishing opportunity for the zones of foreign investments. The relevant terminal fee is required of the drivers of public utility vehicles entering and leaving the City of Dumaguete in order to maintain the transportation and tourism infrastructure.
Commercial law in the Philippines refers to the body of laws that govern businesses and commercial transactions. It covers various aspects of business including contracts, partnership, corporation, securities, banking, insurance, transportation, and trade practices. Implementing commercial law in Dumaguete City, Philippines would require the enactment of appropriate ordinances and regulations by the city government. The city government can create a local legislative body that will formulate and enact local laws and regulations related to commerce and business within their jurisdiction. To compare, cities that already have existing commercial laws in place may have a more established system of implementation, including designated government agencies and offices responsible for enforcing the law, licensing and registration requirements for businesses, and regular monitoring and inspection of commercial establishments. The local government in Dumaguete City should conduct a comprehensive review of existing national laws and regulations, engage with stakeholders, establish a dedicated office or department to enforce the law, and conduct regular inspections and monitoring to ensure compliance. Overall, implementing commercial law in Dumaguete City, Philippines would require a concerted effort by the local government and the active participation of relevant stakeholders to ensure the effective implementation and enforcement of the law. By implementing this law can provide several benefits for the local economy and community by providing a stable business environment, protecting consumers, encouraging fair competitions, providing legal clarity, and enhancing accountability. Commercial law can help promote economic growth and improve the quality of life for residents.
In criminal law, tourist crimes generally involve one of several scenarios. The industry itself provides victims, as tourists are more prone to taking risks while on vacation and less likely to observe safety precautions.
Furthermore, as tourist numbers grow, so can local hostility toward tourists, thereby increasing the chances that they will be cheated, robbed, or insulted. Terrorists or other groups of specifically target tourists, singling them out for hostage taking or even murder. Crimes against tourists can impede tourism by significantly damaging a location's image. Therefore, the most important prerequisite for a successful tourist industry is a reputation for having crime under control and guaranteeing tourist safety. Although theft is most common crime against tourists, the they are vulnerable to other crime as well, including physical and sexual assault, credit card fraud, and scams. In areas with many adult entertainment venues, tourists tend to congregate and be disproportionately targeted by offenders. In Baguio City, to prevent Baguio from hurtling into urban decay by 2043, the city government has begun enforcing strict zoning rules and a throughout review of business operations since the start of 2022. Baguio City Ordinance Number 7, Series of 1984, the city government created an interagency task force to implement transportation and traffic regulations within the city as contained under Administrative Order Number 116 Series of 2016. First one to Ordinance Number 7, Series of 1984, or the Transportation and Traffic Ordinance of the city to ensure safe, orderly, and efficient movement of persons, goods, and motor vehicles. For example, in Baguio, we can apply to the place we have chosen, which is the Dumaguete city. Baguio's stance is that they are strict when it comes to regions where the police are particularly active. Baguio is a well-known tourist destination in the Philippines, especially during the summer. Based on my experience when I visited Baguio, they are extremely cautious even on the road, and they do their part to avoid traffic and crime in the area. I also noticed that there are only a few motor vehicles in that area. This is because that area is a mountain and the motor cannot go up and the motorcycle will be unable to manage it, potentially resulting in an accident.
The Global Code of Ethics for Tourism is a comprehensive set of principles whose purpose is to guide stakeholders in tourism development, central and local governments, local communities, the tourism industry, and its professionals, as well as visitors, both international and domestic. The Global Code of Ethics for Tourism has 10 articles that aptly cover the economic, social, cultural, and environmental components of travel and tourism are as follows. Article 1. Tourism's contribution to mutual understanding and respect between peoples and society. Article 2. Tourism as vehicle for individual and collective fulfillment. Article 3. Tourism, a factor of sustainable development. Article 4. Tourism as a user of cultural heritage of mankind and contributor to its enhancement. Article 5. Tourism, a beneficial activity for host countries and communities. Article number 6. Obligations of stakeholders in tourism development. Article 7. Right to tourism. Article 8. Liberty of tourist movement. Article 9. Rights of the workers and entrepreneurs in the tourism industry. Article number 10. Implementation of the principles of the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. Example, in Boracay, they have Municipal Ordinance Number 310, amending Municipal Ordinance Number 141, Series of 2001, on the banning of extraction and collection of white sand and pebbles in the beaches of Boracay Island. In this case, in terms of preserving and developing the island resort, the beaches of Dumaguete, I recommend this ordinance from Boracay to implement and perform this ordinance. Also, to preserve this gift of nature for beauty and for prosperity, the necessity to impose stricter penalties is a must to deter the devastation of the island. Instill a sense of discipline, social responsibility, and awareness for the environment to promote ecological balance and sustainable development.
The tourism industry is one of the biggest contributors to the growth of the economy of a country. Tourism offers great opportunities for emerging economies and developing countries. It creates jobs, strengthens the local economy, contributes to the local infrastructure development, and can help to conserve the natural environment and cultural assets and traditions, and to reduce poverty and inequality. It is important to make laws that will strengthen and boost the tourism industry. Also, we need to have enough knowledge of different laws that we can relate to tourism industry in order to ensure that there is enough security to safeguard the tourism industry, tourist spots, and its stakeholders.